Okay, so today we're going to do a scrapbook page using a sheet from our new February kit, Life in Full Colour. This is the diamond sheet from Ella & Viv in the kit. So it's a lovely watercolour sort of effect with these nice diamondy patterns. So firstly what I'm going to do is, it's a very colourful page, and if I started just spraying ink on here, not only would it soak through and not show that well, but with the colour that's here, it's not going to show up great. So we're going to give a light coating of white gesso to some areas of the page. So let's see. So this area down here I will do, and it is a light coat because I don't want to lose all of the colour. So I'm just roughly brushing this on. This is with the big flat brush. This is 1.5 inch brush. This is a Daler round brush. Any brush will do. A flat brush is good for this sort of thing, but any brush you have is fine. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to put wet medium on top, so it will help that cling and make the colour truer to the original colour of the ink. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm just going to give this a quick dry. You can hear something in the background, that's my heater. It's incredibly cold today. And as it dries, you'll see the gesso takes on a chalky sort of texture, and that's what we're looking for. That's what's going to make this other medium stick to it. So that doesn't take long to dry at all. Okay. So what I've got now is a selection of the Distress Oxides. These are the first release. We will be getting some of the next release shortly. So I've got Broken China, Cracked Pistachio, Spice Marmalade, Worn Lipstick and Wilted Violet. So I thought these colours just go great with this range that I've got here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smush some onto my mat and take water spray just to activate this, and then we will wipe or swipe the page through this colour and we'll start building some layers up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the colours and I'll come back. Okay, so I layered all that up, and just at the very end I just spritzed some water on to get this really cool sort of mottled effect. So that's the first layer. Let's just straighten it out a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is with some modelling paste. I found this stencil that's got this triangle pattern on, which matches the this triangle sort of print on there. So I'm going to take somewhere a palette knife, a bit of modelling paste, and I'm going to, I think I will colour this actually before I put this on. So I'm going to colour this with a bit of paint. So I've just got a little blob there. Mix in a little bit of this paint. This was from our first kit actually, this paint. I had out yesterday. That was from the first kit. So if you got that, you could do this. So let's decide. So I don't really like how this bit turned out up here. So I think I will cover some of that with this paste. Oops, that's a bit blobby. That's okay. I think that this didn't quite go on right texture. Maybe I've made it a little thin or didn't quite hold it down well enough. Doesn't really matter, we just want some texture. I think it was the way I held it down because that one's come out better. Okay. Clean this off. I'm going to use that again in a minute. So I'm just going to add some scrapes of this as well. Just give something different. That made a bit too much there as usual. And I don't have my art journal to hand, which is annoying. I could have popped that in there. Never mind. And we'll just go ahead and give that a quick dry. Probably would have been better done with the heavy body gel, as it's gone a bit thin with that stencil. It's okay, but yeah, the heavy body gel would have thickened that up a bit better. It's a lovely colour. I found with gessos in the past that when you mix with paint or, well, paint, yeah, that dilutes the colour really bad, but with this creamer one it doesn't seem to do that too much, which is really good. Okay, so that's that. Then we're going to take some gel. This is the one in your kit, so you could try this as well. You can mix these with lots of different mediums. I'm going to just pop some purple mica powder. Don't need much. So I'm just mixing these together with the palette knife. Then I think I'll use a different stencil for this. So what have I got here? Let's go with this little diamonds. This was also from the first kit. So if you've got that to hand, this could be something for you. Now this will dry, it will be a lot more delicate than the paint because we've used mica, which is iridescent, and the gel itself will dry clear. So this is going to be a lot more subtle. Let's pop some of that text on there as well, I think. So you can see that's much more delicate. So I'm just going to dry all that off and I will come back. Okay, so that's all dry now. You can see how that's, you know, the colour is very different. Just before I go any further, I'm going to use a couple of ink sprays. So this is a Kaiser Mist Turquoise. Don't want to go too much because I don't want to cover up what we've already got there. So I'm just going to tap some of that off. And I'll have a little bit of Gold Ivy. And I want something a little shimmery. I may go even in with paint in a second, so let's just try that. This is a bit too bold, so what I'm going to do is just take, this is a Prima Sparks paint. I'm just going to take my finger, I'm just going to, not much, but just, oh, it's still quite wet, run a little bit over the tops of this, just to bring that colour down a little bit. Come out a lot bolder than I thought. It's okay, but yeah, it's just popping a bit too much for me and it's quite big. So see what I'm doing, just bringing that colour back down a little bit. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we'll dry all this off, then we're going to start building some layers and we'll bring in our photo to see where we want everything to sit. So I'll just quickly dry this off and we'll be back. Okay, so I've chosen these two pictures. This is one of my very favourite of my niece when she was young, and there's another of my nephew. They look very similar here, and I thought the blues in their tops go nicely with this background. So we're going to bear in mind where these are going to sit when we're looking at the background. So I've got some fabrics. These are from this kit. I've got a little bit of the one left from last kit, so we'll use some of those. I found this nice yellow, don't even know what that's from. It's like a judo belt. And I've got a bit of orange lace that's similar. So we'll start popping those around. So what I might do is just stick the photos, but now the camera decided to die, so whilst I'm charging it, I took the photos and I've started making some mats for them. So on the back I've added orange and pink card. Then from scraps of the paper I've had from the kit, I've started adding those, and then these are the die cut sheet from the pack with a bit of foam tape behind them. And then I've added that lace down the edges that I showed you. So I'm going to start to stick those down and then we'll start embellishing. Okay, it's time to embellish now. So I've got some of the sisal, however you say, from the kit, and I've just wrapped that in kind of a bow sort of shape. I've done 2 of those, so I'm going to stick that down first, and then I've taken some flowers that I had. So you can get lots of these different flowers on our website. They're the I Am Roses flowers, and I'm going to stick those on top of that sisal stuff. And then I've got some other things. So these are the sorry, no they're not. These are rainbow resins, which will appear from next month's kit. So that's going to go there. I've got a metal flower. I'm going to tuck this in. This is why I don't stick all the edges down, because you might want to tuck something underneath towards the end, and then it's really awkward trying to get everything up again. So if you just leave the edges unglued, because you can always go back later and glue those back down. These are my niece and nephew, so I do love them very much. So I've got this cute little heart clip. I'm just going to pop that on. So it's going to go there. I got this cute teeny weeny little bottle I filled with some pink glitter. I'm going to stick that on this side. And I've got these little embellishments. So I've got a tiny resin flower. a little wooden star and a metal. This was a star brad. So they're going to go over there by that bottle. I'm using 3D gloss gel just to stick this down. That's my favourite thing that I have probably in my possession. Use it for everything. If you don't want that gloss to show through, there is also a matte version of this gel which works just as well. It's just that I've happened to have always had the gloss. I should get the matte really, it would be better. I'm going to do another tuck under here. And this will also stick down those edges. Oops. And then I'm going to do another cluster of the sisal down here. I was going to do some embossing powder wooden decorations, but my heat guns decided to have given up, so that's going on the shopping list. Has been well abused, to be fair. And then I'm going to do the same and add some flowers here. I've got another one of these rainbow resins. It's really pretty. So that's the embellishment, and I've got this little wooden butterfly I'm going to stick up in the top corner. So I've got there. Then I've got one of our Bramble Fox flares. So this says kind heart, fearless soul. I think that describes my niece and nephew and how they make me feel. So put that there. And then I just need to add some words. So I've got the enamel word sheet. This one says, "You lift my heart up," which is exactly how they make me feel. Always cheer me up when I'm there. So that's going to go on there. And I'm going to add just another little word. Oh no, I'm not, because I don't have the other sheet. That will be fine then. And I'll just add some of the little hearts. There's loads on this sheet. You get loads of different little things. So I'm just going to stick a few of those around to finish. And it's done, I think. Shall we have some enamel dots as well? These are the enamel dots. You've got part of a pack of those as well. And it's finished. Apologies about the lighting, I had to move rooms, so I will put some photos up of this as well. So it's super colourful, lots of texture, and I'm pretty pleased with that. So hope that inspires your own make, and bye for now. Bye.